Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for the Giz Wiz is brought to you by CashFly at CACHEFLY.com.
It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1477, recorded on Wednesday, July 16th, 2014. Alpaca Gift for you. This episode of the Giz Wiz is brought to you by NatureBox.com. Order great tasting, healthy snacks delivered right to your door. Forget the vending machine and get in shape with healthy, delicious treats like Coconut Date Energy Bites. To get 50% off your first box, go to NatureBox.com/twit. That's NatureBox.com/twit.
And now, get ready for Dick.
On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we got saddles for your children and, of course, shot glasses made of ice. All coming up next on the Giz Wiz.
It's the same dumb show with Dickie D
and OMGchad.
TV. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. How you doing, Dickie?
I'm doing fine, sir, and you?
I'm doing really, really great. I was surprised when I came into the office today with cupcakes. It's Jeff.
Oh, and why was that?
Jeff Needles, our producer. It was his birthday yesterday, and he wasn't here yesterday, so we're celebrating it today.
Does he ever come in? Well, he just comes in for his birthday, right?
Basically, yeah, no. And he was going to go on vacation for this episode, but after seeing the comments from last episode, I guess
he comes in 1 week, sends out memos, things are going to change, this laxness has to go away, and then the second week, where's Jeff? San Francisco, I think.
Yeah. He says he got a gadget for us, but have we seen the gadget?
No.
No, it's not a drinking gadget, he said.
Anyway,
yeah,
happy birthday, Jeff Needles.
Now, he actually you went to Vegas for your birthday, is that right? So, Jeff went to Vegas for his birthday, and he actually surprised me with a second thing. Not only were the cupcakes, but he gave me a gift from Vegas.
Really?
Yeah, this mug, and you might notice on the front of it, it says, I lost all my money in Vegas, so all I could afford was this half a cup. Because it's only just half of a mug.
Oh, how cute.
So he got me a half mug, which I'll be...
Half mug?
Yeah. You know, it's kind of a little difficult to drink out of the side that's flat, so you kind of have to pour it in your mouth, kind of like this.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, he brought it back. It's great because this is things that have to do with Drink Month.
Right.
On Giz Wiz. So at least he got something in the right category.
You know, Jeff, you forgot to take off the price tag.
Oh, 99 cents. I can see it here.
No, yeah. So do you have the close-up shot?
You want to know the truth? Jeff called me from the dollar store, like 3 blocks in the studio, and said, "Are we supposed to be able to read that?"
Can you zoom in? Yeah.
Is it really? Oh, it is not. Is it really 99 cents?
99 cents. It might have had a 3 on it at one point.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, no. 99 cents is kind of a better story. I agree.
Yeah. He got it at the dollar store. And he never went to Vegas.
No. He didn't go to... He went to Reno. We know that.
Yeah.
His face. I mentioned Reno, and his literal face was...
I will not be seen in Reno.
I wouldn't be caught dead in Reno.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's great. How have you did anything over the past week?
Let's see, more of those holiday in July events. I went to a couple of those, and I've been working on the studio inspired by Russell.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know if you saw Russell talking on the Inside Twit.
Yeah,
but you guys are getting, I guess you know that, you're getting like thousands of dollars worth of new equipment.
Yeah. We have a fundraiser to fund it all, in fact.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing at Disneyland.
Oh, yeah?
I have ordered a second Atari XL.
Oh, good. That'll really help your encoding speeds out.
Yep, out the 300 baud modem out.
Ooh.
Getting a brand new 1200 baud modem.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yes, Serini.
What are you going to do with all that speed?
I don't know.
You could open up like 2 BBSs at once.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, there's going to be a lot of BBSing around here.
Tons of BBSing.
You can.
We're not BSing you. We're going to BBS.
Yep. We're doing it. We're doing it. No, it sounds very exciting. Very exciting. And then next week is the 3rd, I can hardly believe it, the 3rd anniversary of the Brick House.
In fact, we're having a party. I was just informed of this today, that in a week, exactly a week from when we're recording this on a Wednesday, we're going to have a party here at the Brick House to celebrate the 3rd anniversary of being here in the Brick House studios. So it's an open studio. Anyone's invited. Do you have to RSVP anywhere? Email tickets at twit.tv, just so that we might know that you're coming. But that'll happen all day long. I think there's going to be cake and a few things to eat, and of course.
So people might be drifting by our show next week as we record it?
Perhaps. It might be super loud and just a horrible show next week. We have no idea. So.
Okay, well, I mean, it's always a horrible show, but this one might have people drifting through it.
This one's audio quality will be even less exciting.
Less.
Right. And so that's next week on add 7 to 16, the 25th? 23rd. I can't do math whenever I'm on air. The 23rd. Yeah, that makes sense. Because 6, 2, 3. Yes. So come join us on the 23rd of next week and enjoy the Brick House. Hopefully we'll be here for another three more years, or maybe we'll upgrade.
I'm sure. I hope.
Absolutely. Yeah, I didn't do anything exciting this last week.
No.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
in that case, go ahead.
Let's go ahead and get started with the first gadget.
No, I was going to say, so I found 2 very unusual things at this holiday. It was called the New Products Holiday Gift Show. And one of them is a new way to carry a toddler. And there's no better way than to show it and meet the very funny lady who was talking about it at the New Products Holiday Gift Show. So let's go. Dick DeBartolo, Mads Magistrata, and the Giz Wiz. We're at another holiday gift show. You know, on my website, we play What the Heck Is It? Now, what the heck is that?
It's a boomerang.
And I'll tell you, it's part of something. And we'll give you a little hint here when we show you this man who has a kid on his head. Okay, this is really neat. This is called SaddleBaby, not the man. The product is called SaddleBaby. And what it is, it's an easy way for a guy, it's mostly for men, right?
For fathers on the go that like to take their kids to the outdoors, to theme parks, to festivals. It's a fantastic way to carry them on the shoulders without having to use their hands. That means the child sits comfortable on the chair, is strapped to their father with the cuffs, and it's safe. So he can go jumping up and down and won't fall. So the kid is actually strapped to these cuffs that are attached to the belt that wears the father. That way he's safely and secure in the seat. The seat that he's using balances the weight, so there is no pressure on the father's shoulders. But one of the beauties of this product is that the father has the hands free. So he can actually hold other kids, push a stroller, or carry bags.
That's so funny you said that.
He can also text without putting in danger the parenting. Yeah, without putting in danger the kid. SaddleBaby is actually a new funky product. It's all patent. We are nationally in the United States. We are in Europe. We're in South America. We have been really good received. We didn't invent the wheel. We just make it safer and practical.
Notice in this interview, I get to say nothing. I'm just going to ask you 2 questions. The selling price and your website.
The selling price is $89, and you can get it from SaddleBaby.com.
SaddleBaby.com. You know, I'm getting a little bit tired. Can I fit up there?
I think I could probably put you up here, yeah. You're about 5, 6 years old?
Yeah, exactly,
Perfect.
Exactly. And just 45 pounds. That okay?
Sounds good to me.
We're going to walk around and find more gifts. Bye.
Wow, that is quite a gadget. I just worry about walking through like low-hanging doorways.
That is something you would have to
keep in mind.
Keep in mind. Maybe some sort of a GoPro maybe like a GoPro on your head.
Right,
and then
or like
the father
mirrors.
could be watching.
Yeah.
Could be watching. Yeah, that is something that you would have to consider.
Well, and they did say for outdoors in the interview, which makes a lot more sense. You're not going to hit a lot of doorways when you're in the outdoors. But I could totally see this at theme parks. That is just so funny.
I know. And, you know, it looked very secure. I mean, they just had a dummy kid up there. But
That kid does not look happy.
No, he doesn't.
Right there. It's a ringing endorsement.
Up there, and the photographer keeps saying, now move a little to the kid's going, get me out of here.
My legs are strapped in. I can't move.
I can't kick my father in the chest like I normally do.
Yeah. Golly. None of these kids look very excited. This kid doesn't look all that excited. This was probably the most excited child.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's playing bongos on his father's head.
As soon as you put the kid up there, take the picture immediately.
Yeah.
And it's also available on Amazon. For the same price, $89.
Take the picture before the kid has realized he's been forgotten about.
Right. Before the texting happens as well, you need to.
Yeah. But actually, you know, it's probably a pretty good view from up there when you're that high up.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I once you get to certain ages, you can't do the carrier in the front, is what I assume. You know, once you get into that 3 or 4 year old range. So this is kind of the next step. It's almost like a child seat for your car, but on your shoulders.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
Right. It's also a lot better than the child leash that I see lots of parents implementing at theme parks.
that sort of freaks me out. I guess it's a good idea because you don't know where the kid's going to go, but you have to be paying close attention because the kid walks behind a bench and suddenly you're dragging it across somebody.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. And also, it's just like they're always trying to make them look cute, and so it ends up looking like some animal has attached themselves to the back of the child. And
you're talking about those big, like, I know.
Those leashes. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I keep seeing. So
that's very.
But this is quite neat. SaddleBaby for $89.
$89.
Amazon.
Now the second thing is,
but it's free.
It is not a gadget at all, but I never thought about this for a gift. So Dennis and I are walking through the show, and I think I see 2 giant Stife toys in this little fenced-in area, and I thought, oh, how cute, because they look so realistic and they're so big. And we get closer, and I realize it's a real alpaca, which is a very strange animal. Maybe, Josh, can you pop up that picture from my website? And also with the alpaca, aren't they strange?
Wow. His neck, has it just been shaved?
I don't know. It's like he has a tree trunk for a neck.
Yeah.
It almost looks like something a committee made. You know, like,
it's funny. Y'all's mustaches look eerily similar.
They do. You know what? You're actually right. And they have enormous eyes, and they look like they're wearing a bad toupee.
Yeah. Wow.
And they also had a goat, and goats are just great fun. The goat was very, very friendly, a real food hound. You could feed the goat. And so I said to the woman there, Christine, I said, Christine, why are there live animals at a gift show? And she said, well, this is what you can do is if you want to give an animal in a person's name, we provide animals to poor families in third world nations.
So you buy the animal, but then it is gifted to someone who needs it in a third world nation.
Right, and then you get the certificate to give to somebody else.
That's an
interesting
gift.
I know. I said, well, you know what? How much does a goat cost? And she said, $75. And I said, you know what? I'll buy a goat for a family, but I have to be honest, why wouldn't the family just eat the goat?
Right.
And so there's a training system where they tell them that the goat will provide them with milk every single day, and letting the goat grow up, you can mate the goat and then have additional goats to give to other families. You also get free fertilizer, by the way, from the goat. And it was a great idea.
Yeah.
And then it sounds like a joke, but we ended up buying the goat chicken package.
No, perfect. They have
said,
multiple packages. You could buy a farm animal. You could buy 13 farm animals, 3 ducks and 1 goat, a pair of goats, 4 chickens. You could buy all sorts of different packages.
Yes, and also they have gifts that start at $10. You can go in partnership with like 50 other people to dig a well.
Wow.
It's called World Vision. And I said to Dennis, you know what, this is not a gadget, but I'm just going to mention this on the Giz Wiz.
This is such a thoughtful gift.
It really, you know, for the person who has everything.
Right.
And you say, I don't know what in the world I could possibly give this person. You could gift them they have LED lighting. As I said, you go to worldvisiongifts.org.
That is so
and
cool.
they have every conceivable. You can buy shots for kids, soccer balls, Bibles. It's a really great idea.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow, very neat. Oh, so they have a full gift catalog at World Vision. Yeah, and so they have the ducks. They have clean water funds, deep wells, improving education for girls, and this is just amazing.
You could buy a bicycle for someone who can then pedal into wherever the nearest school is so they could get an education.
$280 worth of medicines.
Yeah. And, you know, somewhere on their website, it looked like it was just 5% of the money went for administration, and that it looked like 95% got into the actual giving thing, which is a great proportion of stuff. I have looked at websites where if you read the fine print, like 60% is for administrative help and 40% hopefully goes to the charity. So, but if you go to World Vision, you can read lots of stuff about it. And if you want to see all the things you can give to someone, or gift to a family in need, and then get the certificate for the person, it's worldvisiongifts.org.
You're not the first person that I've heard about giving goats to...
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I believe the Heifer Foundation, Heifer International, is the other one that I heard about, which the author...
I thought that was for giving away Playboy bunnies. Wasn't that Hugh Hefner's thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
But, that would be an interesting idea, though.
I think there probably is a service like that, but let's not talk about it.
Right. But Heifer International gives all sorts of different types of livestock. And I remember the author of Name of the Wind, and it starts with an R, I swear, Patrick Rothfuss, also supports this. And he has a big donation drive for Heifer International. And the idea is if you give a family a goat, it will support the family way longer than giving them one meal or one bowl of soup or something like that. That it becomes a part of the family and that they can really use its resources over a long period of time. So this is not the first time that I've heard of goats as a way to help impoverished people. So very awesome. Truly, for the person who has everything, if you can donate on their behalf, which is so neat, so very cool.
You don't need to know if they have Android or iOS or their shoe size.
Or what type of grill they have or anything.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
That's a really nice gift.
And Burke just sent this over from the Saddle product.
Oh,
look, there was already a daddy saddle already. It's from the first gadget.
Yeah.
Was this a real gadget?
Apparently.
Oh, Kenner. I remember Kenner.
Wow.
Oh, it's got to be a long time ago because this thing is just $4.98.
Yeah. Local TV selected markets.
Chad, can you read the copy that goes with that?
Yeah, it says, giddy up, old daddy, for hours of the most exciting fun any child and parent ever had playing together. Real-looking saddle with horn, stirrups, some girth, and real tooled leather. Blah, blah, vinyl and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, leather like, I guess, vinyl, akin.
Yeah.
The last sentence is my favorite. Fits any size daddy.
Fits any size daddy.
Fits any size daddy. I was getting too close. It's much easier to see from way back here. I was getting like way up next to the monitor. I think if I would have stood back, my brain would have figured it out.
Riot.
Wow.
I can imagine how much fun that must be for fathers.
Man, and if you join that with the goat thing, you might actually have a saddle for a great goat.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Honey, I've been working at the office like 10 hours and the meeting went bad and I have so much work to do. Yeah.
I want to have fun with my child though, so.
Just get down on the floor, Daddy.
Oh my gosh.
Saddle that man up.
Can you imagine your children just, I want to play horsey again? It's like,
come on, Daddy,
why
let's
did we
go
buy
down the
this
corner.
toy? I can imagine
I
why
want
it
to go.
didn't
Let's
do so
show
great
the
in the market.
neighbors how you look with the saddle on.
Let's take some photos. Great family memories. Wow.
That was before selfies. Otherwise, that never would have sold.
Yeah.
I don't know if it did sell. I never even heard of it.
If you were in the store and you were a father and you saw that, what are the chances you would buy that?
I think you would turn your kid around so he couldn't see.
The only the only way I could, if a wife had some hatred for the husband, is the only way that I could see that product getting bought. Wow, that's funny. That's funny.
I'm glad you found that, Josh. That's very funny.
Was that Burke who found it?
That was Burke.
I'm sorry.
Burke deserves the credit.
Thank you.
Burke grabbed that.
Oh, does Burke have any personal experience being?
Is that why you remember? Was that a family? Yeah, we have 4. He says they have 4 at the house.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Right. We should. Oh my God, we could buy them and then have races. Like
there you go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
There you go. Except Kenner, I think, might have gone out of business about 40 years ago. I'm
sure
not
that. Okay, what was that thing called? The daddy saddle?
Yeah, look up Daddy Saddle.
Yeah, I don't think looking.
I would not show it on the air without looking at it first.
Yeah, if I don't want to do like an image search or anything for that, but yeah, I was hoping to find some on eBay, but it looks like probably spelling saddle wrong. I'm probably spelling it Seattle. Yeah, I am spelling it Seattle.
Oh,
Daddy Seattle, no results. What is this? Atrocious. Okay, before we get even more off topic, let's go.
Okay, we'll go to another fun, 2 great fun toys at very reasonable prices. So let's go back to the new products holiday gift show and look at this stuff from Discovery Toys.
This is Dick DeBartolo, Mad's Maddest Writer, and the Giz Wiz. All right, so it's Dick DeBartolo, Mad's Maddest Writer, and the Giz Wiz. We are here at Discovery Consumer Products, and this guy is the smoke-breathing ice dragon.
Wow.
This is really a great little toy.
Can you see him? Maybe she'll do it better.
Bridget, tell me what this guy can do.
Well, with your remote control, you can, yes, it's remote control. You can make him walk, his eyes light up, and he breathes smoke, which is so much fun.
Can you see it?
Kids get a kick out of this.
You know, how do we
look at
make
it
him
coming out
smoke?
Well, if you remove this little horn on the top of his head, you fill him with water, you put the horn back on, and then press the button, and he blows smoke. It will not burn. It's a cold steam that comes out from the water that you put in, and it's just a lot of fun.
Now, what does he cost?
He is $34.99.
Boy, that is really reasonable. I would have thought that was more expensive. And tell me about this guy.
Well, this has been a huge hit. We're so excited about this. It's our giant inflatable T-Rex for Animal Planet. And he is a big inflatable, like a beach ball. You blow him up, you attach him to wheels, and you can make him move forward, backwards, right and left. He can spin around. And it's really hours of fun. I think the large scale really excites kids.
And what does this guy cost?
He is $39.99.
You know, those are very reasonable prices for fun toys. I like this a lot. This is my favorite right here. Can you make him fire breathe again? Yeah, this is Dick DeBartolo. And I'm really a mad writer. Oh, my feet are killing me.
It's pretty nicely detailed.
That is pretty neat. That is way neat. My favorite thing as a child is I had a tank that you would put they were laser tanks, so you could fight one tank with the other one, and whenever the other tank got shot, it would smoke. Smoke would come out.
Oh, great!
Yeah, but you had to use this weird oil. It wasn't just water. You had to put this oil in it, and I never knew there was no gauge to tell how much oil you needed. I think I overfilled it, and it was really. I love that this is just pure water. It seems way easier, and it's just cold steam that comes out of that. That's really.
Now,
neat.
years and years ago, you know, I had a 50-foot houseboat. And I loved discos, and discos, people always smoked, and I didn't like smoke. So I had a friend build a disco in my 50-foot houseboat. And we installed a smoke generator, but this first one I got was oil-based. And it made great smoke, but you could hardly breathe.
Oh gosh, it's like haze. We had that.
It's like haze, and then you have to be careful you don't slip on the floor.
Yeah. And I remember that. Yeah. We had a haze machine when me and Brushwood worked at Halloween Horror Nights. We had a haze machine, and it used a type of oil. And if you walked through you had to walk through the haze to get out of one of the entrances on the stage, and every single time you'd go. You'd be on set and you couldn't do anything about it, and you just have to like smile and I remember those. Yeah, and then one time the oil fell and got everywhere, and it was really hard to clean up. It's just
Oh my word!
Yeah.
One day at the marina, we had a visitor. His name was Ralph Evinrude, who was the founder of Evinrude Outboards, who loved technology. And I was talking about the boat, and he said, "Oh, I want to see your disco." So I show him the thing, and he starts having a coughing fit.
Oh my gosh.
And his wife says, he only has one lung.
Oh no.
Get him out of here.
Oh gosh, that's like the start of a comedy.
Yes, no, a Stephen King novel.
Gosh.
So we rush him out the door, and I'm fanning him, and I'm going, Ralph, I'm so sorry. Anyway.
Wow, that is
But then they came out shortly thereafter with fog machines that use cold steam, and they were great.
Yeah. That's
absolutely
awesome.
no mess.
By the way, I ended up finding the Daddy Saddle on eBay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's $40 if you want to buy a Daddy Saddle. But it says made in the USA. It has those stirrups.
Is it real leather? That actually looks pretty good.
It looks like real leather. So anyway, Daddy Saddle is still out there if someone wants to enjoy.
Yes.
I could only
someone
find
wants to get
one.
ridden by their kids.
Right. So we still have my crappy corner coming up next.
Yes.
But before we do, we sent you some Nature Box, right?
Yes. It's so funny you said that because I've eaten everything but my cranberry almond bites.
Ooh, still need to open that one.
No, I'm going to open them now because as soon as I open them, if I open them on Saturday, Myra is here and she eats everything. And these I'm not sure about because I don't like peppery things, but they might be good. Peppery
pistachios. Oh, I actually love them.
Have you had them?
I've had the peppery pistachios, which I really like. They are a little bit spicy, but then they also have a lemon pistachio that is so good.
That sounds like a great combination.
Oh, so delicious. So we're talking about NatureBox. NatureBox is the perfect product if you want to snack healthy. All of us get hungry way late at night. We're trying to eat healthy. Everyone would like to skip the other corn chips and go for something that's good. And NatureBox is great because they don't have they're all 0 trans fats, 0 high fructose corn syrup, and there is nothing artificial in these guys. And if you have dietary needs that you need to worry about or that you have to satisfy, they have that as well. If you go to their website, you can choose snacks, and then you get to drill down by dietary needs like gluten conscious, 15 carbs or less, which I really like, no sugar added, vegan, soy-free, milk-free, non-GMO, or nut-free as well. So if you have children with allergies, this is just such an amazing, and you quickly click on your dietary needs, and then it filters out the ones that match your search query, and it's just so amazing. I know many parents that would just absolutely kill for this functionality. And on top of that, if you have a certain taste that you like sweet, savory, or spicy, they can also you can also search that way as well. I ended up buying NatureBox for a friend. I got a subscription to send to a friend's house. It was a great present because this is like a subscription model. So you buy a box and then it arrives at their house and you just have bags upon bags of snacks. I have a NatureBox here with me, so this is kind of what it'll look like when it arrives. It comes in its own nice box. It looks really great. Inside are the snacks, and you get to choose, or if you don't want to choose, you can say, you know what, go ahead and surprise me, and they'll send you something to your house. They make it very, very easy. Right here I have coffee kettle popcorn, which comes in a nice individual bag. Roasted garlic pumpkin seeds, which I have been, oh my gosh, I've just been chowing down on these at my desk. Praline pumpkin seeds, which these are like coated with praline. Oh, so delicious. Toasted cheddar sticks, which to me is like the healthy alternative for Cheetos because they have a kind of a cheddar flavor, but they're sesame sticks instead of that weird expanded corn or something like that. I'm not an expert on what Cheetos are made out of. But then also mini metajoules. How do you say that? Metajoules? That sounds like a type of electricity, but these are dates. These are dried dates. And I actually haven't tried these yet, but they look like really large raisins. And so far, all the dried fruit that I've had from NatureBox, their dried pineapple is seriously one of my favorite snacks ever. They just do so great. So don't take my word for it. Try it out for yourself, and your first box, I got a special deal for you. 50% off your first box if you head on over to naturebox.com/twit. Just hit that big Start Now button. You fill out a little bit of your information because this is a subscription service, and then you're working. So head on over to naturebox.com/twit to try out NatureBox. Stay full and go to naturebox.com/twit to check out this great snack service. Absolutely love NatureBox. I'm glad that I get them delivered to my house as well because you forget to go get the healthy stuff, and it just arrives. It's there on your door, and you don't have to think about it. So we thank them for supporting this show, the Giz Wiz. I said this week in Giz Wiz.
Giz Wiz. That's what
this week in Giz Wiz.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to that, is the chorus ready?
The chorus.
Is the orchestra ready?
Hit it.
Then play the theme.
But you might want it at Chad's Crappy Corner.
So,
get it.
Whoa, we're going to make something.
We have some stuff. I'm going to throw that one on the floor for later. Jeff Needles is actually bringing this over for me. We're in the middle of drinking month. And so this month, I have chosen ice shot glasses. So I just put this in the freezer about 2 hours ago. So they're not quite ready yet, But what you get is this mold, and you can, and then throw it in your freezer, and then it makes ice shot glasses. We've made a few already. I'm gonna pull this one out here. It is a little. That's probably the most difficult part of it, is that they're a little bit hard to get out of the mold, because normally
without breaking them, right?
Right, and there's so much suction because the ice, moves around. But these have only been in there for about 2 hours, so these aren't quite ready yet. But they're pretty full already. I can throw. Now this is lukewarm water that I'm putting into it, so the bottom will probably fall out of this. Yeah, it's already leaking out. Those ones weren't ready, but we have already pre-made some. TV magic here. And I even dyed some of these. I put some red food coloring in these. So we have a few different varieties.
Wow.
This is just clear water.
Well, wait a minute. You actually serve the drink in that?
Yeah. So this is the drink.
And then people walk around. If you have a white rug, I would not use these.
Once you're done with it, you can just. I was hoping that would break. Oh, here. Do you have the wide shot? Do you have an even wider shot? Done! Hooray! This would be great for a porch. Okay, so you filled this with different flavors. I don't know what these all are. He's saying aim for this one. Should I just drink it? Yeah. What is it? Don't worry. Good for you. Oh, it's applesauce. He put applesauce in it. It's a drink. Okay, that's interesting.
I'm looking on Amazon, and it says you can use it to make a chocolate mold.
Yes, yes. So we were thinking about making chocolate out of it, but we got so hooked up on ice. This is, I think, V8. Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing is, Chad, if you're at a party, you have to kind of drink it fast, right?
Yeah.
Before the glass melts in your hand?
I guess maybe you'd make them. So what we did is we did a few batches, put a plate in, and then line them all up.
Oh, and then kept them cold in the freezer?
And kept them cold, right, in the freezer,
okay.
Right. So this is, Diet Coke or whatever. Oh, what is that? It's Coke, cherry Coke. But yeah, they're really hard to hold once you've drinking it. So you got to either put it back and be done with it,
because
or
they're
not.
cold, or they're slippery.
They're a little bit slippery too. Yeah, so, God, Jeff is really enjoying tossing these on the ground. These red ones were made just a few. I pulled them out this morning, so they're really thick. In fact, I'm gonna pour some lukewarm water in it. So, and you can see that it holds it together pretty well. After a few sippings or so, we find that the bottoms of them normally will fall out. But it's a nice way to keep everything cold. Wow, it is cold. It's ice, to be honest. But yeah, so you could also make them out of different drinks. So you could make it out of Kool-Aid or something like that. This is just plain old red food coloring. And then here's the non-food colored ones. And then yeah, making this out of chocolate is kind of the next step if you wanted to take this. So there's no more warm shots on the box. Ice shot glasses chill your beverage, but melt slowly and evenly. Depending on how fast you drink, the room temperature Depending on how fast you drink and the room temperature, one ice shot glass can last for several refills. No more washing out your glasses. Don't have to do dishes anymore.
All there is cleaning your rugs, your furniture, your couch, your guests, and your pets.
Yep.
Wonder if I can get all my dinnerware like that.
Oh, I missed. It fell out of my hand. It is a little slippery.
Oh, wait a minute. Come on, that's a big bucket. That's hard to miss.
I've had a few shots, if you haven't watched.
Okay.
There we go. Do another apple juice shot, he's saying. I don't really like the applesauce. You're
going to have to make a ton of them for next Wednesday's party.
Oh, God.
He's out to poison you. Don't do everything he says.
That's a good point. You're going to have to clean out this applesauce-filled... God,
is he still there?
These are way more stronger than I expected. Only 2 of them have broken. The apple shot glass is still fine. I tossed it on the ground.
Oh yeah, no, you know he substituted some church candle glass with
It's still. I threw it on the cement. I threw it on the cement, and it's still 100% fine. Okay, here, he's gonna give us another shot of it.
Yeah.
In that camera.
I think Jeff used concrete in a few of those.
There, that one worked. That one worked. Here, I'm gonna do one more. Here's a new. You ready?
Yeah, in the doorway directly. Yeah, so we can see.
So here, I'm just gonna drop this one as if I was like at a party. Oh, that one. Come on. I think we gotta work on the audio gain. But I also just kind of like the, you know, take a shot and then I'm done with it. Well, these are all breaking. That's fun.
All right, so that'll just totally melt and be nothing.
Right, right.
Hopefully before the cops get there.
Yeah, before someone slips on all these pieces of ice out here. Let me kick them into the street so no one slips and falls. That'd be bad.
Yeah. Now he's trying to. He tried to lock you out. Then he pretended like he was holding it for you.
He didn't. I didn't drink the applesauce shots enough, apparently.
Yeah, he's PO'd.
Yeah. By far, the most difficult part of the glasses are getting the molds out of these once it's finished, because once where's the bucket? Because once they're fully formed, there is a suction cup effect around this middle thing that makes the cup portion, and you have to kind of push from the bottom, and it's just pretty difficult. So just to let you know that was probably what we had the most difficult problem with the molds. Yeah.
I'm checking the price here. $17.
$17 for
$16.99 Amazon Prime.
Nice. I'm gonna break all of these.
It says regular list price $40. Are they kidding?
Wow. MSRP is $40.
$39.99.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest it for that price. But this is the silicone mold.
All right, so for $17, you would say yes?
$17, why not? And you can also put chocolate in it. I could not imagine trying to push the chocolate out of the silicone mold, just because it is kind of a little too stiff to try to push that out. But yeah, or Jell-O. That's what their website says. Their website says Jell-O as well, but. Anyway.
I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work either.
But you know what? It actually made glasses years ago on the Giz Wiz. I did something where you made ice straws.
What?
Yeah, I know. It was ridiculous. You put the ice in this tray, and then you put these rods in that would keep the ice from freezing down the center. You could never get one out that was perfect. But these... It looks like you made several glasses that did come out properly.
Yeah, the only thing is I would say the middle portion, because it's ice and it expands, the middle cup where the liquid would be held did kind of expand just a little bit. But all it would create was a lump, and I mean, it's not an issue when drinking out of it. You might be able to see it in this one right here. No, you really can't. There's a lump on this side of the inside of the glass, but that's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Maybe you can see it right there. That's where you can hold it. That's where your thumb goes, so it doesn't melt through the glass. But anyway, that's my gadget. That's my crappy corner. Is ice shot glasses from Ivation.
Served with paper towels.
Served with paper towels. Mott's applesauce not included.
All right.
If you want.
And insulated gloves for people with sensitive skin.
Right, right. Okay, well, I think it is time to move on to Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Foghorn. What do you got for us this week, Dickie D?
We have another viewer's video, and I'll just read a little intro here. Hi, Dick and OMGchad. I made a video about my homemade arcade cabinet with 8,000 games on it. It took three, let's see, I built it with blood, sweat, 8,000 games. I had some help with the camera work from my girlfriend, Carly. She's a big fan of the Giz Wiz. We're new to Twit. We started watching it at the end of last year, but we found it to be one of the best things ever. Woo! William Hannett, H-A-N-N-A-T. So here is William Hannett's viewer video.
Hi Dickie D, OMGchad, Josh, and producer Needles, if he's there today. My name's Will, I'm from the UK. My gadget is kind of a bit of everything. It's a bit of old, it's a bit of I invented this, and it's definitely something I can't throw out because we had problems getting it into our house when we moved. My gadget is my beloved arcade cabinet, cocktail style.
Whoa! Wow!
Right, on the inside of this cabinet, we've got basically a very small computer. Well, not very small, just very basic. Just motherboard and hard drive, nothing much else to it. As you see, there's a lot of cables going on here. Most of it is just for the LEDs, for the strip lighting and the individual buttons, which are all run through two controllers. Let's say it's the audio system in there. There's a few coolant fans in there just to help keep it cool in there. And that's basically it for the insides.
Wow.
The arcade machine is based around MAME, the Multiple Arcade Machine Emulator.
Yeah.
The
a MAME cabinet.
Graphics on screen are sort of snapshots of the game with the controller layouts, poster artwork, and a picture of the actual arcade cabinet.
Wow.
This is beautiful. Here,
it really is beautiful, isn't it?
Names of the year, manufacturer, how many players can play on it. And as you can see, then you've got the control panel down here. The buttons actually light up depending on what buttons are in use on the game. So when we fire up the game, there we go.
Whoa!
I like that.
Graphics. Pac-Man obviously has no buttons in use, so you will only get any of the lights or any of the buttons don't light up, and then you're straight in the game. So if I fire up a different one,
that's pretty neat.
So neat.
This one you'll see has two buttons in use, and then the graphic will tell you what's in use. So to finish off, the amount of money it cost me to make this would be about £200 to £300. The most expensive single item actually was the glass, which was custom made and tinted. It's also strengthened. The design, the build and work took about 2 weeks, 3 weeks roughly. It was all, say, hand cut from plywood. The vinyl, the actual artwork on the front or the covering of it is actually vinyl plastic, not painted. So, but as I say, came out as a nice little project. Oh, and a side note, I'm now banned from using scalpels because I nearly cut my finger off when I was doing the trimming. Just as a side note, always cut away from yourself, not towards you. And that's my gadget.
Wow, that is amazing.
That's pretty neat. It's pretty neat.
I was just doing the conversion, so 200 pounds is $350, and so it's in between $350, excuse me, and $514. So somewhere in between $350 and $500 was the cost, but I think that's worth it. That's so cool.
Yeah, the effect and the screens and that only the buttons light up are the ones that you use. It's really neat. Pretty neat.
We have a NAN cabinet here, but it doesn't work anymore. A MAME cabinet, a NAN cabinet. It's a NAN cat cabinet. It works.
That's the one with the man saddle on it, isn't it? The daddy saddle on the man cabinet.
The man cabinet. It's the man cabinet. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, it apparently works. We just need to plug it all together. But it did not have that cool of lighting, and it's also not the cool Pac-Man tabletop version. Very, very, very cool. And all those lighting effects, just Mr. Mike says, gorgeous work of art, and I cannot agree more.
Yeah, absolutely. William Hannett. So, William, you'll get some stuff. I think you said you were in Great Britain. I believe we said we'll send small stuff overseas.
Yep.
We were looking for more viewers' videos. It can be I bought a piece of crap. My Gadget Warehouse, my favorite gadget of all time, or I invented this. As you heard William say, he pretty much hit them all except I bought a piece of crap. It was his Gadget Warehouse. It's his favorite gadget of all time, and he invented that. So just post them on YouTube and send our producer, Mr. Jeff Needles. I now have to refer to him as Mr., by the way.
Mr. Yeah, that was written in the contract.
In the contract. Send them to our producer, Mr. Jeff Needles, and they just go to Giz Wiz at twit.tv. And again, no more than 3 minutes. Like William's video was just 2 minutes and 59 seconds.
Perfect.
And hopefully you'll see it here on the Giz Wiz.
And now it is about time for the letter.
Now, wait, before you hear the theme, we ride Jeff Needles a lot.
Yep.
Because he deserves it.
Yeah.
But we have something we've never had before. A video letters theme. So, Josh,
take it away. This is great. Wow. That's great.
I'm just trying to find out the guy who sent that in. Actually, we've had that for years, and I totally forgot about it. And I was going through some old videos, and I thought, oh my gosh, the video. All right, so that was uploaded in 2008 for us.
No way.
By Edward Ross. Josh, play it again.
6 years ago?
Yes.
Go ahead and
play our letters theme again.
That's Lawyer's largest cup. It's close. It's very close. It's great, isn't it? That is so funny. And that was 6 years ago. Is this the first time it's been showed on air?
I know. I think we showed it back then, and then there are so many things that just get lost.
Right. Wow.
Okay, so that was, as I said, uploaded by Edward Ross, and so this says Dick DeBartolo, Chad Johnson, watching this week's Giz Wiz. Oh, you talked about Cliff Stoll and his bottles. You know, Cliff made those weird bottles. Yes. If you want to read a funny book that deals with technology, you should read his book, The Cuckoo's Egg, Tracking a Spy Through the Maze of Computer Espionage. It tells the story of how a small account error found by Professor Stahl led him to tracking down a spy on what ARPANET, which became the internet. It's very funny. You can learn a lot from it. Cuckoo's Egg, Tracking a Spy Through the Maze of Computer Espionage, and it's evidently on Amazon.
Wow.
So,
I'm looking for it now. Oops.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, look at this. The Cuckoo's Egg. Wow. On paperback, it's $14. You know what? I don't know if you know about this, Dickie D, but there's normally on here used. You can get some used, and look, used for $1.11. You see that?
Wow.
You can also, the hardcover is used for a penny, and a lot of times it's absolutely legit. You get it for a penny. There's $3.99 shipping and handling. This place
is, you know, what is that? $4 Prime.
Selling it for $4 with free shipping. The used section of these books are unbelievably amazing. I don't know if you've, and I've bought from here.
No, I haven't.
Multiple times. Many times I have bought books. Many times it takes like 2 weeks for it to ship, and a lot of them are fulfilled through Goodwill. So Goodwill has
really?
this book laying around. Someone indexed it, and it's available to buy on Amazon. But I've gotten $30, $40, $50 books for under $5 by clicking on that used section of the book area. Yeah, I mean, just what was the Mad 50 Years of Mad? Is that right?
Yes, 50. You know what? Let me take a. Let me look here. Total. Inside Mad, I believe.
Inside Mad.
Inside Mad. Inside Mad and Totally Mad. They're two different Mad books.
Yes, 60 years. Totally Mad. 60 years of humor, satire, and stupidity. And so you could get, you know, it's a $30 book. I mean, I don't know, I don't know how you guys. I'm just pointing out that you could get it for like $10.
Oh my gosh!
Isn't that neat?
Yeah. So
yeah.
the 50,000 copies I bought to put in the warehouse are worthless.
Yeah. Well, you could now sell it on Prime, undercut the competition. Yeah.
While we're talking here, I just realized that I didn't have the guy's name who sent that in, and I was looking for it here. If not, I'll just do it. Here it is. Da-dum-bum-bum.
But that's...
And da-dum-bum. It came from Ken Torbeck, telling us about Professor Stahl's book. And you said you saw him in person?
No, I just followed. It was just an internet sort of following.
Oh, okay. You knew about him.
I had seen. I think that those cups were listed on, like, This Is Why I'm Broke or something like that. And,
okay.
And it went to that website, and it was just, this is the guy's personal website. Who is this guy? And you know, I watched his TED Talk, or maybe he said, you know, these are, a lot of people have seen these from my TED Talk, and I just watched the TED Talk, and he just seemed like such an interesting person. So I think I just got down some rabbit hole one night.
And ARPANET, is that the correct? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, ARPANET was the very first version of the internet. I believe that was created at CERN, I believe, for the United States military. I don't know. I think I know it's the grandfather of the internet. I need to read an internet history book to be sure. Yeah, but yes, ARPANET was...
We'll take your word for it.
Right.
There are 9 people right now correcting Wikipedia that said, OMGchad said it was definitively.
Definitely from CERN.
ARPANET was the very first.
Dr. Morbius is saying not CERN, it wasn't CERN, but it is the grandchild of what the internet is. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, World Wide Web was created at CERN, is what Dr. Morbius is saying. So yes, ARPANET was the very first version. I believe that might have even been the universe. I'm not going to say anything more because I'm just going to get it wrong. But you guys make sure that you test your brain, test your knowledge at gizwiz.biz by playing What the Heck Is It? Just head on to the main page. While you're there, you can check out the show notes if you want, just right down the side, or you can play the What the Heck Is It game right here. Go ahead and click that, and we gotta figure out what the heck this is, because this time not even Dick knows. Have you gotten a correct answer yet?
How do I know?
Okay, I guess, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. Now, when we get to the end, there's a marking on it that if no one guesses it, on this show, I'll just show people what the marking is, and then we'll see if anybody says, oh, I know what that is.
Right.
But so far, even with the marking, I tried doing what I thought the marking meant, and it doesn't make sense.
I'm just curious, does anyone know what it is?
So,
you know, I don't know, only because I just stick all the answers into an answers file, and then toward the end, you know, there'll be 400 or 500 by the end of August. So I haven't started going through them yet. I looked at about 12 of them, and no one had it.
Yeah, I'm enhancing this image here. See if I can,
okay.
I can see back there's something back there.
No, it's very funny that people are very tricky, you know, as to. So as I've honed my taking pictures over the years.
Right. To cover up.
From the very first one that I ever did, where I named the photo what was in the picture.
Oh.
Not realizing that people could just bring up that information.
Right.
And I was
Click
wondering
open.
why so many people were getting it correct.
Right. It's obvious to me. I mean, it's just obvious. This is a surfboard training mechanism. So you stand on the top of it. Yeah. And then you can hang 10. You can test your wave skills right in the comfort of your home.
Could be.
It's pretty obvious.
For babies.
For babies.
You know, it could be a place to put glasses made of ice with a drip tray.
Of course.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. With a
so
lower
I didn't want to give
drip
away the correct answer on air. I was trying to give, but yes, go ahead and play. What the heck is it? There are prizes involved. 12 autographed copies of Mad Magazine for the correct answer, but 24 for awesome. I have the hiccups for cute or silly answers.
The shots you were doing.
I know. It was that applesauce.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, unlike prizes for videos on the show, I just send Mads to U.S. and Canada. But if you live outside either of those places and win, just shoot me an email with a shout out. You know, we can shout out to your family, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever you want. And that'll be your prize.
Perfect.
But yeah,
so
please
go ahead
play.
Do that. And then also make sure you subscribe to the show at twit.tv/GizWiz or in iTunes or on YouTube or wherever. Twit.tv/GizWiz will have links to absolutely everything. Did you know we actually have a section for apps? We have tons of different ways to watch all of our shows, even live, at twit.tv/apps. This is a great resource that shows off all of the various ways, and especially if
does it have the Atari 800 XL on there?
You know, if we go down to old and defunct tools, well, other Air Canada.
I guess it's other.
Yeah. Apparently, we're on Air Canada, which is pretty amazing.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
are you kidding?
available on select flights.
Wow.
In Air Canada.
So if you're flying Air Canada, tell them you want a Giz Wiz flight.
Yeah, I'd like a twit.tv flight, please.
Okay.
But yeah, they're broken down into different platforms. So desktop, televisions, Android phones, iOS phones, Windows phones.
That is amazing.
And other. And they even have what they support, so on-demand, live, in Chromecast support over on Android and iOS. It's just pretty, and how much they cost, and even on iOS they have AirPlay support. That's what, that's what these AirPlay symbols are, and it's just really, really a great place to check it out at twit.tv/apps. So check that out. We're also doing a T-shirt contest currently. Head on over to inside.twit.tv for that. We have so many links to talk about. Inside.twit.tv. And there you can vote on our newest shirt design. There are 4 different designs, A, B, C, and D. Which one do you like the best?
You know, I voted for D.
Yes, good. That's one I want to win.
Oh, okay.
I like D a lot.
It seemed very techy, very kind of low key. How is B doing?
Do you want B or D?
I liked D.
Perfect. Good. Okay, it's number 2 right now, but we only need 10 votes to push it over the top to back to number 1. Currently, it's the brick wall at 35%, the spotlight for 32%.
Oh, you see, we were both attracted to Spotlight.
Yeah.
Go figure. I didn't know what it was called, and now I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it tells something.
We see a spotlight, we're there.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I've performed in front of a bug light. I don't care as long as it lights up.
I don't even. LED light is fine. Flashlight, I love those. But there's also a link so you could see the high quality versions. This is A, which is kind of a steampunk. B is a brick wall, which is kind of like looks like it's smashing through that wall. C is like a cool circuitry, and then D is the spotlight.
Right.
So.
Is the one for people who really have taste. But we're not loading this in any way.
Right.
We're not.
Right. Yeah, A through C is a litmus test to see who is allowed to subscribe to the show. D is the correct answer. And go vote on whatever
like that.
design
Like
you
that.
want. That about wraps it up for this week of the Giz Wiz. See you next week.
I'll be here.